They're deadly and devastating.
We've seen broken bones, dismemberment, and people survive, and death.
But an ongoing NBC10 investigation shows Philly's hit-and-run epidemic is not slowing down.
The numbers seem to always be the same. Is there anything that can be done that can stop this?
Logan White carried his stepson's toy home knowing he'd never play with it again.
I just hear a scream, "Oh my God, one of the kids been hit."
That kid was Logan White's 5-year-old stepson, Xavier, one of 12 people killed in 2018 by hit-and-run drivers in Philadelphia.
That's my only child.
It's a familiar story.
I don't need no other family being heartbroken.
One we've been telling for years.
If I can accept an accident happened, it's tragic, what can you do? But come on now, it's different when you make a decision.
They intentionally leave.
Yes.
That's really the decision, right? They
That's
leave.
the decision, and as a society, we shouldn't tolerate that.
Captain Mark Overwise heads the city's accident investigation district.
There's not much in a way of consequences, and a person has a pretty good chance of getting away with it.
He told us police can't keep up with the caseload.
It does tax our operation a lot.
Since the start of 2017, nearly 30,000 drivers crashed and drove away in Philadelphia. Most of those hit and runs damaged property, but hundreds hurt people, and 24 times drivers killed and ran. Police are still looking for 9 of them. Not much has changed since we reported on hit and runs 2 years ago. The city is still averaging more than 1,000 hit and runs a month. At least one of them continues to be deadly.
Stiffer penalties might help, might make someone think twice before they make that decision to leave.
In Pennsylvania, it's rarely a serious crime to leave the scene of an accident. Even if you injure your passengers or another driver, the worst penalty you'll likely face is a $300 fine and up to 90 days in jail. It's only a felony if you kill and run.
I would consider legislation. Basically, what I would like to do in this regard is I sit down with the law enforcement to hear what they recommend.
State Senator Art Haywood's district includes a section of Philadelphia that sees thousands of hit and runs each year. He says stricter penalties may help, but driver accountability comes from the community.
The community holding individuals accountable to let them know they got to stop is important.
Praising him, that's my boy.
Logan White waited weeks for the driver who hit Xavier to turn herself in. It's often the story. Drivers running from consequences, even with their crimes caught by cameras. Their conscience is usually what brings them in. But more often, it's not enough. Something more needs to be done.
If you see somebody doing that with your kids, what would you say? And if you don't say nothing, something wrong with you.
The person has a pretty good chance of getting away with it.
And our investigation found city engineers aren't focused specifically on hit and runs.
It takes a very long time to change an entire city.
The city's Office of Complete Streets says it's trying to slow down drivers on the most accident-prone roads. You can see them highlighted in red. City engineers mapped every traffic accident between 2012 and 2016 and found 50% of the accidents happening on 12% of the streets.
To slow traffic, in the last year, engineers put in protected bike lanes on Market Street, designated turn lanes to narrow the street on JFK, and delayed traffic signals on Broad Street to give pedestrians an extra 3 seconds to cross. Have you seen that this is actually working?
We haven't we have to wait 3 years to get reliable crash data. So we won't know yet.
Hit and run numbers provided by Philly PD don't show much progress in those spots yet. Market Street went from 175 to 162 hit and runs, and JFK held mostly steady, 31 in 2017 and 29 in 2018. We also checked up on Philly's speed cushions. In 2016, the city put in 18 in some of the most common hit-and-run locations. 3 years later, they seem to be working. There hasn't been a single hit-and-run near most of the speed cushions.
But 2 streets, Queen Lane and Schoolhouse Lane, still tally double-digit hit-and-runs despite the speed barriers.
Philly's big, but it's small. Everybody sees something. Everybody. You know?
Failing to stop drivers who hit has parents like Logan White motivated to catch those who run. He waited weeks for the hit-and-run driver to turn herself in. His idea is to get information to police in real time.
It's like an Amber Alert that if somebody gets hit, an alert goes out to like the auto bodies, people's phones, the police to look out.
I think it's an excellent idea.
I'm going to hashtag it hit and run Philly.
The tech already exists. Web developer Alec Jurvik-Acklesberg showed us how quickly you can set up a text alert. He used an existing website to send me a text anytime someone tweets about a hit and run within 50 miles of Center City.
That was very quick and very simple to get that
in 10 minutes you can do something like this.
But it will take buy-in.
That would be something that we would look at, definitely.
Body shop owners we spoke with say they'd sign up for text alerts. That includes the largest network of collision repair professionals in North America. CarStar tells us it would support a hit-and-run database or alert system.